Hello, hello. Oh, fix the camera. Hold on. Come on, come back. There it is. Welcome back, everybody. Day 21. So officially 3 weeks of play. I only play the game on stream. Like, do actual stuff on stream. It was farming here in Avajra Mad Wizard overnight. It'll do that over the weekend too. At the end of today's stream. Ishi got her for 5 item levels, so we're gonna bounce out of here. Oh wait, hold on. We were also trying to see, like, did we get? Oh, we did. Oh no, we did not. It was humanoids. We need like 2,000 more humanoids. Maybe I park it there for the weekend. To get that before Monday. All right. We need more event stuff. We need Myria's event stuff. We did one. We have 2 more. I'm just gonna jump back in with that because we've been going further. Move but not removed. Bodyguards start unlocked. Archers. Yeah. There is a chance. Are you saying there's a chance? There's a chance we could do 800 here. Really gonna be. I don't remember how difficult Lord Soth is as a boss. That's what it's gonna really come down to. We're gonna try a bit of maybe a different formation. I don't need the why were they showing? Let's go. Calyx up front. Oh right, because we were doing okay. We're gonna watch Shandy in. It was the restriction that had them there before. I think maybe we want there actually. Diana up here. Ellie always be. Oh no. Oh no, you can go over there. Okay, always be Ellie with me. Tank wise, what do we got? We got Dragon Bait. I don't want to put Gale up front. It'll have to be Nihile's not. That's not going to work. This is where we're maybe slightly short on tanks at the moment. We'd have to switch to like Tyrell later on. Yeah, okay, I know where, yeah, it'll be, okay. We're gonna do this. We'll switch some things up later on. We're going Illusion. Which means the only active tank in the front line is gonna be Dragon Bait. Okay. We'll switch some arrangements up later on, but for now, this is what we're doing. It'll be fine. And we're gonna see if we can go. Oh no. That's my last epic speed potion. How dare. Well, that's disappointing. I did the time gate, Delcoon. Thank you, though. I did that yesterday because I knew I'd forget if we didn't. The other thing that I needed to remember today is after we do Myria's final 2 variants, we're going back to the Sword Coast to do Strahd stuff. To prep for Strahd, because we're almost at 40 champions, which is the unlock for Strahd. So we got to have the other unlock qualifier met, which is complete Towering Expectations, which is the final storyline adventure in Barovia. So we will dip back into the Sword Coast after this. We'll also take that probably as an opportunity to do a favor run in the Sword Coast. So I'm gonna have to craft some. I'm gonna have to craft some epic speed potions. Yeah, which is fine. Hello, Dance Lover, Delkin, Lilokin, Death Shadow. Nice. Yeah, that worked out great then. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't put the code into the bot. Put the code in the bot. There it is. There it is. Hey, Lizier. Should have a 4-jump rib by the end of the event. Nice. The GE does go a long way, yeah. When you're trying to chase, 4-jump and beyond, it's a big deal. I checked, I'm at like 10 million gems saved up, but I don't know how efficient it's been. I think it's slightly broken. Yeah, you're gonna have to figure out how to make a Briv Gem farm work, yeah. Yeah. It does take a lot of fiddling, yeah. But, it pays off. Oddly enough, it is a bit of emergent gameplay that has become the most challenging puzzle in the game. And it's interesting because there isn't just a binary success measure of success. There are levels of, like how far do you want to tweak it? I don't even mean jumps. I mean just even sitting at a 4-jump. How much do you want to try to optimize it? How deep down that rabbit hole are you going to dive? Yeah. I will say there is definitely there is a non-zero chance that at some point in the future, if I find the time, that I will try to like figure out the more optimal ways to get from a starting Briv to a 4-jump to a 9-jump, etc. But man, it takes a lot of time and effort. But now that we don't really have anybody like a streamer that's doing it. Anybody making guides on it? Like, I don't know. Is there any new update? I don't know. People talk about it in the Discord, I'm sure, but that's not the same. You make guides so that people have access to something 24/7. Not get lucky with who happens to be online at the time in the Discord or something. That's the power of content creation. As much as some people get annoyed by it, it's like, no, like, it's always available. And that's a big deal. And that's before you add in the fact that some people just don't want to talk to other human beings. They just want to go read a guide or watch a video. Modus Tempest, thank you for the follow. Sorry, I missed that. A few minutes back. Yeah, I mean a 4-jump Briv Gem farm is it's pretty easy. I think it's, well, it is relatively easy. That's the more appropriate term. Relatively easy to get it set up so that it's making a lot more than what you were making with a regular gem farm. But it's one of those things where the more time you invest in it to learn all the little knobs and levers, the more it fits back until you get to whatever the maximum is. I don't even know what that is. I know I got my 4-jump to 1,000,000. I've seen posts of people whose 4-jumps are higher than that. 1,000,000 gems a day on 10x speed. No gem hunter potion. So I've seen people doing better than that. So there's a lot more that could be done. I was happy with 1,000,000 a day. So it's just about getting to something you're happy with. I mean, the reason I'm going to 9-jump isn't so that I can 9-jump farm 24 hours a day. It's so that I don't have to farm 24 hours a day. I can just, farm a few hours a day and be swimming in gems and just play the game instead of play the 9-jump. That's ideally what I want to get into. I wouldn't say it's luck. Like, there's some there's timing involved. There's some luck in getting the golden epic. Absolutely. Well, sort of. It's manipulatable and to a certain degree, like we've talked about before. If you can manipulate you can manipulate a potion of golden, like a golden potion, a golden epic potion, and then just put it on it. But it's much better if you can just get it the right way. I shouldn't say it's better. The game, it doesn't understand that when you've already goldened something, it will keep offering, like when you do it with a potion, it will keep offering it to you, which I consider a little subpar. But the game isn't smart enough to know. It just looks and it says, oh, they never bought this. And you didn't, but you already have it. Right? I have not been paying attention. Oh. Modest Core reached level 4. Good for it. Good for it. We don't really care anymore. It's not even the one that's in our party. Oops. Oh, dang it. Where is it? It's in the background party. We're worried about this one. Oh my god, I'm in the background party. Oh no. That's why. Ah, accidentally. Because I did that. Okay. I'm in my background party. Whoops. Because I switched the offline thing over here. I shouldn't, just because it was already going. Shouldn't have done that. Oh well. Oh, let's go over here. This will switch it back. We'll switch it back. I'm gonna park this thing back. What it was doing what it was again. Bruner thing. We want the Bruner thing. We want this. Okay. Okay. I don't even care about piping out the level 4 because, I mean, honestly, all I care about is automation. 4 opened up this node and this node over here. So if we need something for pushing, we can do that. But for now, we're dealing with this. We're dealing with this. The silly loop. All right. This should go away soon. Already claimed that. Good chunk of gems overnight. Good chunk of gems overnight. They did really well. Oh, or maybe actually some of this may be the fact that we have a 4 gem card Eliwick at the moment. Never mind. I don't know. I don't know if it was good when we started or not. Check out what we got. Nothing good. Okay. Thanks for nothing. Thanks for nothing. Hi, you guys. Hey, we get a hitch. We get a hitch epic. Nice. We get anything out of these? We're chasing blues here. Got 100 gems out of that one. Take it. No, no blues. Okay. 4,000 gems. Did I have any notes about Myriad's stuff? Just that the Area 50 boss is armored and hits very hard. Yeah, it's always. That's welcome to the Frost Giant. All right, that is what we're dealing with. All right, we're gonna want like E215 in damage to clear 800. Wait, no, we don't have our power team in. I will be clear. So we'll see. We've still got an Astarian swap that we can make happen. We've got a Volo swap that can make happen. Yeah. Should be good. Should be good. Let's go spend some of these gems. Medium potion speed. Medium potion of speed. The duplicate gear. Not even purple like contracts or potions. That was rough. All right. We are gonna need to make. I guess I could enhance an hour long, but it's let me just make 2 of these. Oof, that's a lot of reagents. Okay. Okay. always break down some of these for reagents. We've got a lot to break down, and I haven't been breaking anything down. What do I want to spend the event tokens on? I want to see, you know, how the gear falls on Myria. And then the idea was to get here's our event champions. To get the event champions to at least, like, Caddy ended up with 3 epics. I want at least 2 epics. Beetle had 2 epics. Grim had 5 epics. He just got ridiculously lucky out of his pulls. Briv had 2 epics. So I just want to make sure that we get Myria to 2 epics, and then we're going to look at item level. So Briv's at 104. Beetle and Grim, like, Grim's at 89, Beetle's at 94, Patty Bree's at 88. So, you know, we want to make sure that Myria ends up in that neighborhood too. Briv's at 104 though. If Myria ends up well, and then we can bump everybody up to about 100 with event chests, that'd be fantastic. Because I mean, look, normally I'm like, you know, you just take what you can get. But because of auto blacksmith happening this event with the item levels for completions, I mean, we're near 100 average item levels, and that's mid game strong. And we're still an early game account. So, you know, so we'll see. You know, I'm trying to parse them out. Well, like, cause like last event we had Volo, look, we only got like 30 item levels, no auto blacksmith, right? 25, and that's normally, you know, that's still good normally. With auto blacksmith, if you can get it to 100, like, do it. Spread it out, get everybody to 100. That's a good, like, 100 average item levels. Your first kind of getting to that, your first 100 item levels in any item are the most efficient item levels. Just with the way, with kind of the way that the game works. And the way, I mean, there's diminishing returns kicks in immediately, but those first 100 item levels have always been considered the most efficient item levels you can put into something. So if we can get there on their release event, like on their acquiring event, that's a big burden off our shoulders and frees up our blacksmithing contracts to go other places, right? That's why I keep opening all these bounty contracts when we get them. I'm using those to try to get these champions to 100, because then I can use these anywhere I want. Doesn't have to be, you know, specifically on any of these other event champs. All right, I want to get her to 150 average. There it is. So we're done. We're done with Diana. We'll probably keep jumping into Allywick. Try to get that gem percentage up even higher. It'd be good. I'm returning to the game after over a year. Welcome back. What is auto blacksmith? So, about a year ago, events changed, and I don't know if you were here when events changed or not. Maybe you left right before it, or maybe you left right after it. But events now have these things called augments that come with them, and they basically modify how the event works slightly. So not every event is exactly the same. The base stuff is the same. There's 2 featured champions. There's, you know, 4 flex slots. 1's free, 2 are for time gate pieces, and 1's for cash. But the augments change how some of the rules work. So, like, we had Boon XP, which is a whole thing about boons and bonuses, and it's basically for people who are supporting the game with cash. Extra benefits is getting us some scales at Tiamat after this is over, even if we're not in part of trials yet. Brothers in Arms all the way at the bottom means Beal and Grim get double chests from tier 2 and up variants, which was real nice. One of the reasons they ended up so high item levels. But Auto Blacksmith, this is the good version of Auto Blacksmith. It means that the second you recruit an event champion during this event, like from the event, they get white gear. They get all white gear. So that removes, you know, needing that like reduces the number of chests you need to start gearing them up. So they have at least one piece of every gear, white and white. And then every tier 2 or higher variant you get gives you 100 blacksmithing contracts that automatically get put, like the tiny ones. So 100 item levels get dumped across that champion's gear for you automatically. So if you can complete all of tier 1, you'll have 50 average item levels. I think. Because that would be, 300 across 6 is 50 average item levels. And if you could do all of tier 2, now you're at 100 average item level. Which now that I'm thinking about it, shouldn't we have been, shouldn't everybody be? Well, it's going to end up a little randomly, but it shouldn't, but we did tier 2 for everybody. Shouldn't we have been 100? We get screwed, everybody. The math is not mathing right. I'll have to do the math here. We should be at 100 average item levels for everybody. We should be over. Shouldn't we? No, because it's, okay, tier 2 gives you 50. Tier 3 gives you 100. All we did was tier 2. We did a couple in tier 3. We're good. We're good. We're good. Sorry. Yeah. Even after a year, because Auto Blacksmith isn't always part of this, but this is my favorite one. So Auto Blacksmith is giving us free item levels. So we got 50 average item levels for free, basically, because we completed all of tier 2. But we did a couple, 1 or 2 in tier 3. Some people have a little more item levels than others. Yeah. Somehow missed the entire thing. Look, if you don't hover over it, you don't know it's there. So it's okay. It's okay. But yeah, Auto Blacksmith is one of my favorites. We have had one augment become an actual part, like full-time part of events, and that's multi-tier. So it used to be like, it says tier goals for this adventure. It tells you the numbers. You can, what I'm doing right now, I'm on the tier 1 one, but I'm pushing to do 1, 2, and 3 all at the same time, which you can do because of multi-tier. It was an augment, and it was so great that they made it a permanent part of events. And so I'm really hoping, I don't think they'll do it, but I just really want them to make Auto Blacksmith a permanent part of events. I think it just makes, it really leans into the, hey, this game is better if one of the things that helps you out a lot in this game is if you get item levels. And that wasn't something that people really understood right away. You were just playing the game and you weren't interacting in the community. That wasn't a thing that you learned. And now they're trying to, front item levels to try to encourage people to do that. And yeah, I'd like to see them make that permanent. They really need to make time gates match events. Oh, I know. They know that too. Time is a flatbread pizza, and now I want pizza. No, they know, but it takes time. Right now, they're still trying to deliver something that they promised us that they haven't delivered yet. Because they gave us the apothecary system where we can break down potions. There's supposed to be a notary system with it where we can do stuff with contracts. And they said they were building in stuff where you just straight up spend gems on the things that are in chests, and we don't have that yet. It hasn't arrived yet. So I'm kind of hoping that, maybe the 23rd or the 30th, they have 2 content drop weeks where, where that could arrive before the next event. But until they deliver that, they can't even work on whatever's next. And I don't know that they've specifically said what would be next. There's people want a lot of things. There's people want Time Gates 3.0. People want the legendary, or they want Trials of Mount Tiamat and the Legendary Ford update. Forge. The Legendary Ford update? No. Legendary Forge update. To name a couple things. There's more things. People want all kinds of things. So yeah. I don't know. And they've really put off. They talked about the Legendary Forge update a long time ago. and then they delayed it, and it keeps getting shoved down the list. And so I think there's a lot of people who are getting real pissy that it just keeps getting shoved down the list, even though I would agree that, to me, in my mind, Time Gates 3.0 should be the next update. To me. Because there is such an imbalance now between events and time gates that is a big deal. It feels real bad. Whereas, look, the Trials of Mount Tiamat Legendary Forge, it's functional. We've been using it a long time. Could it get better? Absolutely. Sure, yeah, absolutely. I'm a big proponent of updating those things. But, all right, we're about halfway there. Yeah, and the potion is about halfway there. I'm gonna go ahead and throw some more speed on this thing, though. Hey, buddy, Shakira. My tag in raid, my Bayushi, in raid, my tag team arena is still green so far. It's just the start of Thursday, though, and the real challenge is going to be the next few days keeping it green. It is just I am barely in the green. I mean, I know I am barely in the green, but everything is like 990k power and up, and I just I have no confidence when the power level is so close like that. My team is like 1.1 mil, but I don't trust power level, and when I look at the champions and their teams, I'm like, I don't want to fight that team. I don't want to fight that team. So many just obnoxious champions at this level in tag team. I don't want to deal with anyone. I would like them to change tag team so it's more like Classic Arena. Not as restrictive. It would make me happier. I think it would make people in general happier. Yeah, if I can't get it this time, I'm just gonna have to find somebody to take over my account next week and get it done, because I can't. Like, here's the thing. Like, I'm looking at a 990 team right now, and it's got the first team, Lady Noelle into Fabian into Thor into Foley. No, I don't want to fight that team. I don't want to fight that team. The next team, Armand, Siffy. No thanks. No thanks. I don't want to fight this team. It makes no sense to anybody else I know, but welcome to Idle Chatter. This isn't Idle Chatter. Well, anyway, welcome to my streams. They don't make any sense. We're getting closer. I didn't even think we were gonna. I don't know that we're gonna. I didn't think we were gonna get closer with this team. We need E215 damage. Complete this. Oh, we soft capped. Right, we soft cap at 490 with our current favor level. So this is the last of our damage. So yeah, we're not close enough. So we're gonna have to swap some people when we get. Where's the end? Yeah, you got to win the turn meter race. No, I understand, but I'm looking at their team power and I'm going, well, that's bigger than my speed team's team power. I'm gonna guess it's because they're fast. I have a real strong feeling that it's because their speed lead is faster than mine. I mean, I'm happy with my Arbiter, but she's way faster than she's ever been. But I feel like other people that are in that kind of team power level have like 400 plus arbiters. Or just 400 plus speed leads. And hey, Julie. Could be resistance or crit damage. Yeah. Well, yeah, legendary dismantles in, but I feel like the people that would want to do that should have done it by now. Yeah, that's not usually. I get it, yeah, and I sometimes that happens, but more often than not, it's just that they straight up beat me. And that can be hard to come back from, right? Hold on, let me go. Yeah, because my arbiter goes like is a lead into Armand's and Alice. My Armand's is 344. But my Alice is only like 278. So usually it goes Arbiter into the turn speed boost into Armand's. And then I Alice whoever didn't get, or I sheep whoever didn't get stunned, hopefully. Or I sheep the person that had stone skin. And hopefully it works. And then the follow-up is an Alice, and then right into like Nishak. Like, well, time to bomb everybody that's left. And my Nishak will rep. If we can get to my Nishak reps. But getting to Nishak is the hard part. My Nishak is 5950 attack before any attack speed boosts, right? He tends to blow stuff up. 274 speed, 458 accuracy. He blows people up. He does what he's supposed to do. It's just getting there. But he'll pop people in Stone Skin. I love it. So one thing that we have going for us with this team, even just as it sits, is that we have multiple forms of in-area damage ramping. So if someone does make it all the way to Dragon Bait, our damage can go up. Probably a good amount. I only have one Ghost second team, and a lot of the time at the level I'm at, it just feels like it's not tanky, you know? Okay, so Soth isn't bad. Soth dies before the Frost Giant does. Funny seeing him be so small comparatively. Yeah, we're at 203. We hadn't even ramped a ton. And yeah, technically this is the speed team. I didn't even have Deacon out here because I wanted that front line with Gale. I could have just swapped Gale in later. We'd have gone faster. I gotta remember to do that. We just got Deacon yesterday, though. But yeah, it does feel real good to be kind of racing through these levels when we're going deeper. Silent Sable, thank you for following. Yeah. Damn, we're already up to 2,500 gems. This 4 gem stack is doing so much work, folks. So much work. 211% gem drops. Now, the triple gems. So good. So good. Well, I'll take that. Yeah, we want that. Okay, that's to 56. Numbers creeping down. I will definitely take that. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Meh. Meh. Giant stick. Meh. Speed. Eh. Well, we got a ways to go where this damage is still gonna move us along quickly. Yeah, I mean it's, you know, I don't hate it. It's we got 7. We can break it down. The Clone Wars. Have Myriad Dying returns a clone 5 times in a single area. Oh, because the front line was getting hit, and so she fell over. Okay. 5 times. Gotcha. I was like, really? What would we get for this? 120. That's not bad. It is a little annoying, and I made this comment that you break down an epic potion, and that epic potion is the cost of a large. Like, really? Like, that doesn't... You should have gotten more. You should have gotten more. Not as enough to then make a large. I mean, to make a new epic, but you should be getting a hell of a lot more than just, oh, I made a large out of it. I turned an epic into a large. Like, that was not the greatest feeling when I realized that's how it worked. Feels pretty bad, man. Feels pretty bad, man. Still a new system. Hopefully they make some adjustments. Not. Yeah. I want to fight that team either. On the upside, my defense teams that I have in have done a great job, knock on wood, of discouraging people from attacking me. I've only been attacked 3 times in the last 1 day and 1 hour. That's all it's tracking, I guess. And I think I went 1 for 2 on the 2 losses and 2 for 1 on the victory. I'll take it. They all had a slightly higher team power than me. As long as people aren't attacking me, then I hold my own to a certain extent. But I don't climb, and if more people get ahead of me, then I have to climb, and so annoying. How are we doing? This guy doesn't want to die. The 211. I mean, we almost have the power to do this just with this team. That's pretty solid. I did only fire off a single ultimate as well. And this was not the team I was planning to finish this with, so... I do feel like I need to swap, though. What if we do... We just do Volo. That's like the least... Like we lose a little speed, but we gain a lot of power. And thus we're going a little faster than we were, because we don't have to wait for the speed to ramp up. I don't want to take Eliwick out, but that was the other power source, was swapping to Astarion. But don't want to take Eliwick out. Those sweet, sweet gems. We already got another chest ready. I guess Shandy could come out if we need it. Her speed effect is not triggering because we keep getting a Lord Soth. About the time she's ready to kick in her speed again, Lord Soth shows out. Or we get plinked by an arrow, as I'm noticing. We keep getting red numbers over here, so stupid ranged enemies that don't die immediately. Yeah, there it is. Lots of red. Before they even got to us. Oh, picked in there. Nope, and it's gone again. Stupid ranged enemies. Stupid ranged enemies. And it was back, and then it went away. Go away. Pop that big guy before he can get to us, because he's got the AoE. He'll hit like, I think it's the first two columns when he swings his flail. Or ball and chain, or whatever it is. But because it's an AoE attack, you don't want it attacking when we've got squishies pretending they... Were they moving? Why was he moving up here? He should have been walking down to Dragonbait. That. He just never got to the point where he needed to path down here. Yeah, there he goes. Now he's pathing down. He's also getting stunned. Oh, and then he's trying to go back up again? What is going on? That's not true. They literally... They went in... If you're running into bugs, submit a ticket, but the whole reason they released Calyx with this capability is because they felt they fixed the whole ping-ponging thing, and because they weren't there before that, the anti-tanks were only ever in seat 1. You can never have 2 of them at once. And so they gave us this specifically because they felt they resolved that issue. There we go. 800. Done. Get out of here. Get out of here. Nice. All right. Wait, did we do the... Why did I do the second one first? I thought... Did we not do this one yesterday? I'm so confused. I thought we did the first one for her yesterday. I'm gonna have to go back and watch the VOD. Was I just that out of it? Apparently. We're only gonna go to 450 on this one. But we should be able to go to 600 here. Weird. I thought... Okay. I don't know why I started the second one first. That makes no sense to me. We're gonna do the same thing again. It worked for the last one, so why not do it again? And Diana. And we like... Okay. We're just gonna use... Well... Nope, we are gonna use that. We're gonna use one of those. But yeah, if it hadn't worked, Army, just to be clear, if it hadn't worked, they would have gotten smacked and died. The Frost Giant would have killed them. They would have died on the Frost Giant levels, period. They didn't. There's some weird moving that shouldn't be happening. It's supposed to go to a viable target, and neither of those are viable targets, so it should just slide down to Dragon Bait, and most of the time that was exactly what was happening. Something with Lord Soth was weird. But Lord Soth wasn't hitting the squishies, so it wasn't that they were getting attacked. Which means it was working. There was some weird going on. All right, let's see what kind of gear we can get out of these chests. For Miria. Ultimate cooldown. That's actually functional on her. Yeah. We like her ultimate. I didn't care about the damage, though, but that's okay. And then damage all champions. Sure. All right. So she'll get an epic out of this next one. We should get 3 more chests out of this. So we should end up, at least full blues, 5 blues and an epic after this, because the epic could end up, on one on top, one of the blues, and then we'll get at least 2 more blues. That'll be good. We already got 1,000 gems again. Give me those. There's my epic. And we beat the pity timer by a lot. By a lot. We like that. We like that. Nope. That was the wrong button. There we go. I should double check that number after screwing it up yesterday. Now I'm paranoid. 4, 8. Yeah, 55. Okay. Notably, there isn't a single core or evergreen that's full epic yet. Makos is 2 away. Is that our closest? Yeah. We got quite a few that are 3 away, but Makos is 2 away. We got a lot of people that are still just on 2 epic. So we got a couple hours, and we'll raid Dev Insights. There is no community Q&A tomorrow. I will be doing a solo stream over there on Saturday, though. That's cycling just fine in the background. See that there was like a little, see this little green mark? It's kind of broken, but that's supposed to kind of indicate that it's working. So broken. But that's fine. We just need it creeping on the gems and slowly updating humanoid kills. What does Mert need? Distractions and ultimates. He needs like a fully fleshed out. He thinks all the familiars out. Plus just more gems. Okay. So we already bought our stuff this week, so we don't need to do anything else. She's actually got more gems than Mert now. Good to know. Good to know. Maybe I'll park it on Mert stuff for the weekend. I recommend re-rolling a legendary effect more than once. Oof. Not having the minimum cost? No. Like just that whole not having the minimum cost, like not having it at 1,000. I would never recommend re-rolling if it costs more than 1,000. There is, there's a point where when you're end game, you probably have more scales than than you care about. I don't know how that's possible, but some people might just not care about legendarying everyone. They have their one team, or, the one team and it's a bunch of alternates, and then they're like, well, that's all I care about. And then, yeah, you re-roll, do whatever you want. But I would never recommend re-rolling if it's more than 1,000 as a cost. In general, like, yeah, so re-rolling is like a once a week thing for me, if I remember. And I'm just trying to re-roll into something that's generically functional. Because then it's like, great. It'll work for everyone now. Oddly, I've been trying to play the legendary system the same way the devs have stated that they now kind of want to change the legendary system too, which means, more general purpose power instead of highly specialized and locking yourself out of experimentation. So It's just with that reforge cost like going up. It just needs to sit at 1,000 and be at 1,000 and not go up. Let people reforge. Let people re-roll until they get what they want. They want to spend their skills that way. Don't make them wait around. There's nothing wrong with letting people get their setup perfect. It takes so much to get there. So much time and effort. Let them get it perfect. Don't make it even harder. There's no need to make it even harder. It's not even a system that you monetized so that you're trying to keep people making money. I mean, they were trying to keep people playing the game, but just make the game enjoyable. Give more in-game content. Something else for them to do other than just trials every week. Working for the man. Complete 500 patron free plays. Nice. I forgot that was a thing. So since I got my modest core, since we did complete split the party 1, I've done 500 patron free plays. All in the background. All of them. Every last one of them. So there you go, folks. And it was mostly overnights. It's only been the last, yesterday that we got this. So, and it did some yesterday and it's doing some today. But this is the one we care about. We need more XP here. Gotta get it to 5 for spawn speed. Enemy spawn speed. We don't even have automation yet. We gotta get it to level 3 just for automation. So far away. Maybe by the time we finish Waterdeep, it'll be at level 3. Maybe. That might be. I don't know. Maybe level 2. maybe we'll be level 3. I think level 3 is a good goal. It might be level 3 by the time we're done with the Waterdeep. Yeah. It's just so many levels to complete. So we absolutely know that we can do 600 with this formation because we did 800 with it, right? And the restriction here is just that, only champions next to Miria can deal damage. That's fine. Ishii was the one doing the damage last time anyway. And we were killing with fire breath potions. And we're doing the same thing right now. Doing the same thing right now. Yeah, we're almost at it. We've got another chest. We're almost at 2 chests again. Oh, there's an 869 power team. Oh. That's gonna be me. I'm afraid upgrading, I'm gonna read this out because the bot grabbed it. And I know why, and I'm not letting it through, but Semel, I'm afraid upgrading specific legendaries, since it lowers favor of the campaign of my speed groups and screws up the settings. Well, so apparently nobody ever taught you about forge runs. Forge runs. So there's this thing that I call a forge run, and it's basically a deep favor run, for your campaign, like for whatever, like you. Let me back this up. This is hard to describe because I don't have my main account here, and I can't literally show you what I would be doing. In the Legendary Forge menu, you can sort the champions that show up based off the favor that their legendaries are linked to. So what I look for, what I do, and what I recommend is that you find, like, click through the favors, you know, figure out who the champions are that you really want to level up their legendary power, and find like a favor that is a target for you. Like say, Kelemvor has a lot, like you've got a lot of items that could use, that need Kelemvor power to level them up. And so you go and you do a deep favor run in Kelemvor. But before you end it, like you go all the way, you get as much gold as you're going to get. And you see, you know, usually that's going to be at least as much as you had before. If you've been making power progress, you might get more. And at the end of that run, you level up your Kelemvor legendaries, and you can burn all of the favor that you currently have, because you're in a run that just earned you that much favor. So you can spend it all the way down if you want to you know, to wherever it stops letting you upgrade stuff, or until you run out of scales. And then you complete the run and you have all your favor back. It's like you never spent any. You might have even gained some, and you have legendary power for your next one. And that I call that a forge run. That's how you level up your legendaries. Because yeah, otherwise you're just spending favor and all your campaigns get screwed. And that's why one of the things that they've talked about changing is removing that favor cost for leveling up legendaries, because people have just figured out how to work around it. There's an easy workaround, and it's just punishment. The system is just punishment for people who don't know the workaround, and that doesn't feel good, right? So they'll leave the gate, but not the cost. And the gate is you have to have a certain minimum amount of favor in a campaign to reach a certain legendary upgrade level. It goes up EO5 every level. So to get a level 20 legendary, you have to have a minimum of E100 favor in that campaign, not counting what you spend to upgrade. That's going to stay, but they want to remove the cost. But until then, you just do those forge runs. Just do those forge runs. Well, that's a neat monkey house. Did you, I mean, it probably matches the D&D artwork, but take a screenshot and drop it in the Discord. Yeah. Good thing I didn't just burn a bunch of scales before learning about this. Yeah, 10 miles, don't worry about it. Like, lots of people have not. Again, it's kind of a... It is something that if you stop and think about how favor works and how spending and how favor game works, that you can figure out. That's how we got here. But it isn't something that's just super obvious. So it's totally okay not to have known about it, not to have used it. But now you know, and knowing's half the battle. But you can move forward, you know, doing it in a more efficient way. And you'll be a lot happier with the outcome, right? It's not a huge deal to get about the favorite. It depends. It depends on where you were at, Death Javu. Some people, if they've stopped earning in that campaign and they've just been converting in because they reached their cap, well, when they spend, they can't just do a run and get it back. That's a whole other problem, I will admit. But you know, It can be resources or time you don't want to spend. It can't, depending on how much you spent, it might be a challenge. You might have to do multiple, like, because with this method you could spend all the way down if you have the scales to do it and the desire. And to get all the way back up again by actually doing favor runs, it isn't just one run. It takes multiple to loop you up because you have to get multiplier and then multiplier and then multiplier to get back again. Does suck because it takes like an hour plus. It takes a lot more. For most people, it takes a lot more than an hour. And one run does not necessarily get one run, depending on how much you spent, one run does not necessarily get it all back. If you weren't spending very much, sure. But it definitely, yeah. I mean, I guess it depends on your progress in the game, but like even on this account, I think it would take me more than an hour to do a deep favor run. I don't have a lot of speed champions. But that's the thing. I mean, this is a mid-game power account. If I was doing trials, I mean, this account could do trials right now. It could do trials right now. So, I want to do favor runs for a while now, so I've just been avoiding doing any legend upgrades. Same. I feel like I'm completing tier 4 of events, and I haven't been pushing myself to do, you know, the new patron stuff, so I don't care. Why do I care about boosting my legendaries? Isn't legendary upgrades the biggest power spike in the game? Yes. But at a certain point, you're like, I've got enough power. Like, if you're doing all the stuff you want to do, like, oh, man. Somebody posted on the subreddit. I'm gonna go pull this up. They had a very, very valid comment, and it was a great prompt for getting feedback. They're like, explain the game to me like I'm a 5-year-old. And the first person says, the objective is to go as far as you can to the furthest area. And no, I read that and I closed it. I just closed that thing and I didn't read it anymore because I was so upset. I was like, that's not the objective of the game. The objective of the game is to, but for some people it is, and that's the kind of the thing. Some people treat this game that way. They treat it like an idle clicker, and idle clickers are just, how far can you get? How much power can you get? Not what this game is. This game is completing content. Can you complete all the content? And whenever I try to complete content, I complete it. So I don't need more power. I don't feel like I need more power. But there are people who want to go far and make numbers get big. Like, they just want to see the highest possible number here and the furthest possible area up here. I'm not that person, and technically that's not the game. So yeah, a lot more people have responded to this, and I really hope people have given them some good explanations, because that one just made me close that thread immediately. Because that's no, not what the game is. So wait, somebody made a guide that said members should contribute 500 damage to trials on day 1. What? Who fucked that guide up? Oh no, he just missed. It's my guy. Oh, but he just didn't they didn't understand. How do you not understand? What got misunderstood? I'm just straight up asking. What part of my guide made you think that so I can fix it? Because that is not. No, I've never heard that from anybody before. Hmm. But yeah, like on my main account, I want to be clear here. On my main account, my highest legendary levels are 10s. I think I accidentally clicked one of Briv's to 11, but it was literally an accident on stream. I didn't mean to click it. I was demonstrating how you upgrade, and I clicked the button. 10s will carry you through the vast majority of the game, and I don't even have 10s on everyone in my pushing team. I just have 10s on key members and some swaps. And honestly, I recommend, I think nowadays, I recommend just, getting to 5 first. Like the 5 should get you through, like if you can get your whole team up to 5, that should put you on cruise control through tier 10 of trials. Your team and your swaps for trials, like whatever swaps you have to have for the off, for the bad restrictions. If everybody's got 5s, you should level 5 legendaries. You should be cruising. You should have the trials on lock, basically. And yes, going above that is gonna allow you to then more easily complete like tier 4 of events across the board. But in a similar way, like champions that are, you need a lot of you need some solid key champions in 10s to get you through tier 4 trials. Well, it just makes it easier. I shouldn't say it, you need it. Makes it easier. It's only if you want to try to go to like area 2501, which is the current area hard cap, that you need like serious legendary development, like 15 to 20 on like key members and optimized legendary effects and stuff. Because it takes a lot. I think it's like well, depending on what campaign you're in, it can be like E1000 health. So yeah. But again, there's no content that requires that. And I'm getting up to, you can get clear 2100 in seasonal variants. I think the pushes that I've done lately on stream have been, well, when I was on the main account, were like 2100, 2200. I might have gotten close to 23 on a couple occasions, depending on the formation layout. I mean, I've been to 2501, but that was with Bud's Buggy. I haven't been there like naturally. Our tier 4 variant's the hardest content right now. Pretty much, because how do we have any? Because the hardest, like the tier 4 variant 3 is area 1600. And I can't remember if we have a patron. Is there an Elminster variant that's 1600 or beyond yet? Here's the problem. I haven't been doing Elminster stuff. So, can't say off the top of my head, but I don't know. It's around there. There's some people that have been asking for tier 5 of events. And I'm like, leave us alone. Why? But the devs are thinking about it. But tier 5 would probably end it. Where would tier 5 end? I mean, if it's 1200, 1400, 1600, that I feel like it would be like 1800, 2000, 2200. Like that would be up there. That would be rough. I don't know that I would have to do a lot of development on legendaries to get that far. Oh, they're not going to keep granting scales. Again, augments aren't a permanent thing. So these augments are just for this event. Just like the boon XP was only for this event. It wasn't a permanent fix. They're just trying it out. They'll try it out again at some point in the future, and when they find something that works, that they feel that people are happy with for boon XP, or the boon system in general, then maybe they'll make a permanent change to the boon. But I highly doubt that they're just going to always give scales. I think just extra benefits might show up more in the rotation, right? Yeah, that's more of a bug, Monkey House. I mean, to let it get past 2001 was a bug. But the Great Wall of Havelucius could go infinite distance on one specific free play. But literal infinite distance, because the Great Wall took no damage and Havelucius scaled infinitely at the time, and none of that works anymore. But yeah, if they had no kind of area hard cap, that would have, we could have just gone forever, ever. So. For those who don't know, there was a time in the game where there were two separate combinations of champions. One that got dubbed, or I dubbed, or whatever, the Great Wall, and it was Celise with Narak. And then another combination, the other combination was Havilar and Lucius. So Celise and Narak, the Great Wall, had a way to negate 100% of melee damage. All of it. It was Narak. It was the old version of Narak buffing up an old version of Celise, and taking the melee damage reduction to over 100%. So just 0 damage to her and anyone in her column, which meant there's as long as you were dealing with melee enemies, you weren't taking any damage ever. And there was one I found one adventure in the game in Avernus that only had melee enemies and bosses. There was only one in the main game. And then Havilar and Lucius. So I knew I could go. I knew I could push in that and never take any damage. And Havilar and Lucius had a combination at the time. Lucius scales based off debuffs that are on the screen, like the debuffs on the enemies. The number of them. He scales, I think it's multiplicatively. But regardless, he scales based off debuffs that you place on enemies. And Havilar, at the time, she no longer does this, but she had her ultimate would apply a slow, an AoE slow, that would never wear off. And every time her ultimate went off again, it applied a new version of the slow that stacked with itself. So you could freeze enemies on the screen effectively. They couldn't move after a certain point. But it would still keep applying that even into negative movement. You get that. Well, it would get to 0 movement, and it wouldn't. They weren't moving backwards or anything, which meant it could scale forever. So when you combined the Great Wall with Havelucius, just those 4 champions could push all the way to the area hard cap on that one free play. And what happened is some of us like set that up, and it's just slow. It takes a long time, but it goes there. And so then we just turn the computer off and let it, and then come back the next day, and that combination of things, for whatever reason, broke the game's ability to recognize that you were at the area hard cap and you'd go past it. And so some people went a lot further than just. I think I came back at 2080. Monkey House went to or whoever who was it? Oh yeah, it went to 3001. You could you know, if you left it offline, the longer you left it online, the further it would go. It was a little ridiculous. And by a little, I mean a lot. And it no longer works. They've fixed Solis, they've nerfed Narak, they've fixed Havilar. You can't stack infinitely anymore. It still stacks a little bit, but not enough to completely stop an enemy anymore. How do I speed that much? It's potions. I got potions going on here. I also have a couple speed champions out here, but the big visual thing is the potions. You just buy chests with your gems, and you'll get speed potions, and you just use the potions. Oh no, Miria died. That's okay. We got there. That was weird. Where'd she die? Where is it? There we go. Festival of Favorites. This one we're only going to 450 on. Because we're going to be more limited. Oh, it's not as limited as I thought, but it is limited. But still, there's no way we'd get to 1,000, so there's no reason to attempt to. Okay. Get everybody suited and booted. We'll just use Celeste here. Why not? We're only going to 450. It should be fine. Just throw an hour and like 2 of these. 2 of those. See how far that gets us. Now, who do we want to swap in? Shadowheart would work here. Do a Shadowheart. Interesting. It's gotta be like that. That's not how I thought that was gonna land, but sure. Not the ideal buffing situation for Shadowheart, but better than nothing. Worst Elminster Patron variant is the Unfortunate Wheel in 1600. Okay. Yeah. That's probably the hardest thing to do in the game. Well, I don't know. There's some hard events variants. There are some hard events. People would argue that Briv's variant 3 is pretty rough. Losing 3 champions, especially in that situation. But, yeah. So it'll start getting higher, basically. We're gonna start getting into a time where Elminster Patron variants will end up being the hardest stuff in the game. Like at a higher, and by hardest I mean the highest requirement area game. Maybe I misunderstood Shadowheart, but why isn't that the best position to buff? 2 slots away to buff Ishi and 1 slot away from her clone. Because Find Yourself stacks multiplicatively in the distance to your clone. You want at least one person in between you and your clone if you go Find Yourself. just so that you can get the multiplicative nature of this working in your favor. Because right now it's basically it's a double. I'm doubling. But if I had at least one more space, I'd be quadrupling. I'd be at 4x, because I'd get 2 stacks of 100 of a 2x, and that's 4x. The best situation is to get I've had it where I'm 3 away from the clone for an 8x. That's the choice stuff. But this is like the worst possible position is high. I'm at, well, at least it's 1 stack. Honestly, the worst possible, you don't want to use Find Yourself if it's on you. You use a different spec, but that would be the worst. But this is the worst for the Find Yourself spec. So if it wasn't Caddy Bree, I would place them like up here, and I would have like her, or I'd have her here, and then I'd be getting 1, 2, 3 spots away. That'd be an 8x. We go over to Find Yourself now. It's now an 8x. 700% is 8x. But Caddy Bree needs to be behind. So it's a fully functional buff. It's functioning. I'm getting a doubling effect. I just know that there's the potential there to get an octupling, and I'd rather have at least a quadrupling. Right. Sometimes the situation doesn't let you maximize the buffs, right? You just take what you can get and you run with it. And we're gonna be fine. We're only going to 450 this time. It's gonna be totally fine. I need to sit down this weekend on my main account and do the event stuff. I haven't even flexed. I haven't flexed the champions after flexing Briv on my main account. So gotta do that. Yeah, I mean, the tier 4 variants 2 and 3 tend to be some of the hardest. Like if they've got solid restrictions, they can be real challenges. Even 1400 can be a challenge, even above and beyond the 1600 sometimes. Oddly enough, just depends on the restriction you get. So it's fine if you don't finish those. It's just something to work on for next time. And since the next time that event's going to roll around is a year from now, you should absolutely destroy it at that point. Is there a Holy Trinity for Ishii? Well, the Holy Trinity has nothing to. The Holy Trinity is about Strongheart, Duke Ravengard, and any melee champion. So yes, Ishii counts. Is there something better than that for Ishii? Is probably the better question. And yes, it's Alindra, Whittle, and Ishii. Same effect. Same effect in that you get Ishii to basically attack her. Instead of getting your attack speed down to the animation cap, which is what Strongheart and Duke Ravengard do, you get a 100% reset chance on your base attack. So the second you finish your base attack, you attack again over and over and over again, which is functionally the same thing. And the reason it's better is that Alindra and Whittle are not humans, and Ishii doesn't want, and Ishii wants to be with non-humans. So pairing Ishii with Duke Ravengard and Strongheart is pairing Ishii with 2 humans, and thus taking a little bit of power away from Ishii. Not a ton, but it's multiplicative stacks, right? Monsters are people too. Ishii's damage is increased for each non-human in the formation stacking multiplicatively, and it's a pre-stack. So you really want, you don't want to lose two stacks if you can. I mean, I've got 6 here. That's great. But you know, when you're stacking like this, and if you're trying to get the perfect formation, you want 10 stacks, but you also want the best possible buffers, right? And so if what you have right now is Strongheart and Duke Ravengard, you're going to give up a little bit here on monsters or people too to max out faster, harder, stronger, which is not, it is multiplicatively stacking, but it doesn't have a pre-stack multiplier. But it doesn't matter because the number of stacks can go way higher. Like right now we're at, 8, 9 stacks. It seems like, well, that's not a huge buff. Why should I care about it? Because you can get 90 stacks, which just feels ridiculous. Because it's like in the last minute, you can get her animation cap is like 0.75. So you can technically get her, into the 88 to 90 stack range. And that's maximizing her damage. So you can do that with either Strongheart and Duke Ravengard near your wall, or you can do it with Alindra and Whittle near your wall, and also get potentially 10 stacks of monsters or people too. So I wouldn't call that the Holy Trinity for her. The Holy Trinity is I coined that term for Duke Ravengard, Strongheart, and technically Karlach at the time, but it's really just any melee champion. And the best version of that, I think the one that feeds into that the best, I should say, is Strongheart, Duke Ravengard, and Rosie Beestinger. Because Duke Ravengard's thing that he's doing for that is getting you to like 100% crit chance, basically feeding you a bunch of crit chance. Strongheart's buffing based off the number of times he crits and making you attack faster. And Rosie is the queen of crit damage, so you can get her crit chance up so that she's always critting. Her crit damage scales higher than anyone in the game. And so it becomes a pretty nice combo. It's a pretty nice combo. No, that doesn't mean Rosie Beestinger is the best DPS in the game. To be clear, somebody's gonna get mad about that, but so I got to disclaimer it. But that is the kind of the best Strongheart Duke Ravengard Holy Trinity combo. Just in terms of a synergy and the way everything kind of wraps together correctly. But it's really, the Holy Trinity is those two plus any melee DPS. She's a lot of fun. Rosie's a lot of fun. She has a really unique mechanic in her what is it? Deflect missiles, where ranged and magical attacks she just sends it back to whoever sent it at her, so or at the party, so you don't have to take it at all. You got to stack up, stacks for that, but it's really unique. It's really cool. It was always kind of the coolest part of her kit before. She's always had that kind of feature in her kit. This is kind of a better version of it now. It's interesting when a DPS can be a solid DPS and also provide you with some kind of, survivability functionality, and yet they don't give her the support tag, because you would never just put her in for that. She doesn't have a buff. It's just, hey, here's some survivability. It's not a buff. It's not tanking. It's not crowd control. It's just a bonus. It's just dope monk shit. That's what it is. It's just dope monk shit. And there aren't a lot of dope monks in the game, unfortunately. What do we got? Class. Monk. Yeah, we got 6. But I would argue that, I don't know that the others necessarily do the dopest monk shit. So Rosie is the only one with the deflect missiles. Everybody else has some other mechanic. I may have used Rosie to swap for deflect missiles when butt spiking to survive some variants. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. There used to be, even before her rework, there used to be one variant that if you had Rosie, she would get you through it. And she was one of the few champions. Because it was a variant that had a couple areas with AoE magic damage. Well, there was one area with AoE magic damage. And there was another with a beholder zapping you with magical rays. But you weren't allowed any tanks. And so the way you got through it was Rosie. Like, Rosie was the best way to get through it, because you'd get to those, you'd pop her ultimate, which turned deflect missiles on for the whole party on that like AoE pulsing area. And that was the only way you could get through that. It was the best way to get through that area, because you basically just took no damage. And then she could deflect off that beholder as well. So good. So good. Yeah, Diana just moves enemies around, which is neat. It can be neat, but depends on it. Do you need it? Depends if you need it or not, right? It's fun. Stokey doesn't really. I don't feel like she has dope monk shit anymore. I don't know that Dahani ever had dope monk shit, unfortunately. Ren, I mean, you're only, you could be one of 3 different classes with her, so. Yeah, a little different. And Narak, then, Every time we start to talk about Narak, I just get disappointed. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. We're gonna need another one of these. Hotel already. Slowing down too much. Alright, good gold chest time. Now we can pop the rest of these Marias too. We get an epic for Maria. It's Maria. Her ultimate cooldown. I mean, that's not the worst. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. Ultimate cooldown on her ultimate is pretty cool. There's her soul cage. Oh, and her ultimate attack. But we got high sorcery too, so that wasn't a ruin. For a second there I was going to be ruined because I thought we weren't going to get the other blue we needed. Okay, so she's at 77 item levels. So she needs a few more packs to get her up to, like, if we're trying to get her to 88 with, like, Caddy Bree. So now we can spend, or now I will spend, on chests. How many? We have about 15 at the moment. Let's throw 3 packs on her and see where this puts us. 79. It's like, anything good out of these? Nothing. Where are we at? 83? Okay. Okay. Let's do... I've been tempted to just do 5, so let's do 2 more. As if we'd done 5. $84. This will probably get us closer. I think she might need a couple more to get where I wanted to go. Was 87, yeah. So she's right in that. So 5 got her right in the range. Like I was saying, I'd kind of like to get closer to 100. I feel like Beetle and Grim are fine. Let's look at this on the other screen. Owned item levels. So he's at 89. He's at 94. The thing is if they're both in a party together, and that's the best way to use them, they're going to end up with giving each other half. So they're going to end up at 130 something. I think they're fine. Briv is already at 104. I think the rest of these go into getting Caddy Bree and Miria up to 100. I think that's the best case scenario. So let's throw another 5 on Miria. See how she ends up. Oh, we did not. Oh my god. No, I'm doing one right now. What am I thinking? Oh well, Miria's going to end up real good. We're doing Miria's stuff right now. I did this a little too early. I should have thrown these on Caddy Bree, but that's fine. I got ahead of myself. But this is fine, actually. If she ends up a little over 100, that's great. Okay, Major High Sorcery. That's the good one. Okay, we got her to the pity timer. I'll call it that we got her to the pity timer. We're at 99. She's going to end up over 100. And that's great because she is a tank. You know, we want her strong. She doesn't get health or anything, but Mage of High Sorcery is a good one. And I would have liked some of these, but we'll take what we can get. We got to 3 epics. Caddy Bree has 3 epics. We're going to throw the rest on her. See if we can get a 4th. See if we can get a 4th. Yeah, that last 5 should have been on Caddy Bree. That's on me. But I think the rest of this event we're chasing more item levels for Caddy Bree. Nice thing is I saw medium bounty contracts. There's a 4th. Oh, it's marked for death too. Excellent. Oh my god, and she got her crit chance. That's the one I really wanted. That's the one I really wanted. So that worked out perfectly. And she's at like 96 with 5 epics. Hell yes. Her crit chance is now almost 200%, folks. So not only is she guaranteed to crit on every attack, she's basically getting a multiplier onto, like normally a crit gives you the crit damage, but now she's getting a multiplier onto the crit damage from basically a double crit. So yes, crit's over 100% stack. It's basically like a 2x. So she's got a 100% chance to get the crit, and then a 95.8% chance to get effectively like a double crit multiplier onto this. And this keeps scaling with item levels, so it's pretty great. Pretty great. So I'm super happy with my Caddy Bree now. We're still gonna dump contracts into her. Like I'm still gonna use bounty contracts. We're still gonna buy chests for her because you know what? If we can pick up her pull 6 epics for her, all of her gear is useful. Feels like.
No, we only get one more. Because her ultimate cooldown, like her ultimate's a big deal. Streamer luck. I will take it. I will take it. Thank you. Thank you, Gold Caddy Bree Chest. For fulfilling my dream of first. Is that my first full epic from an event, champion? Like in an event. I know we have full epics, but those were from giveaways. Yeah. Caddy Bree's my first full epic in an event, and she stopped just shy of 100 average item levels. Fantastic. That's so good for her. What's her ult now? 220. I mean, I brought it down some, but it's just you want this back often. So that was great. That was great. That worked out great. I will still, if we get another 7,500 tokens, I'm tempted to dump it on her. But no, I will then probably buy more into Miria from this point on. Super happy with the way that pulled out. Who were we using? I mean, we were using Caddy Bree. We need to have Sheila in. We will still start with Sheila in the speed team to scavenge potion reagents. But Caddy Bree, I picked her up to be the pusher. To be in the pushing team. Yeah. And Miria is going to be in on the pushing team. Azaka's in on the gold fight team. So we don't have a speed slot 12. Yeah. Yeah, Miria will hit 100, but really I'm still going to dump into Miria just to see if we can get lucky like that. If she can get one of these also with an epic, that'd be great. But I think we just used up all of our luck on Caddy Bree. All of it. Which is fine. She deserves it. That was kind of perfect scenario. That was the best case scenario. So even though I kind of made a mistake by putting more stuff on Miria, it worked out because we got full epic on Caddy Bree anyway. If I'd ended up with like one away from a pity timer on Caddy Bree for full epic, I would have been real mad. I'm real mad at myself. No, that's right. Oh, well, we can open one more. A back-to-back epics is pretty wild, but I mean, we had 3 epics out of one chest yesterday. I just want to remind people. For some reason, the streamer luck has been real good this week. I wish it was real life luck. I wish it was I went and did the Mega Millions or the Powerball and got lucky. That's what my life needs. But what I get instead is I get a full epic category. This is my favorite character after Karlach. Just for general lore and character and visuals and story reasons. The tier list is like it kind of goes Karlach, Mehen, and Black Viper. Karlach, Mehen, and Black Viper. I think your odds are better in the game than in Powerball. I'm much better. And they just changed Mega Millions. I haven't done one since they changed it. Supposedly they made the odds better, but they also made it more expensive. So you're supposed to win more often and the prizes are bigger, but they made it more expensive. So, I mean, it's always going to be in their favor. And by their favor, I mean, like that money's supposed to be going to good things in your state, but who knows what it actually goes to. Trying to do a tag team arena in Raid while this is pushing, and it's not going well. I mean, it's this one fight. The first fight I won. This fight going to be. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, I can't bring it back. Best I can get is a 2-1 on this. Best case scenario. Oh, like why did that do that? Oh, I know why that. Do that to them all the time. Why was I shocked? Okay, I got a 2-1. All right, I'll take it. Did I end up breaking down Beetle and Grim? No. I broke down Beetle. I full dismantled Beetle, but there wasn't a full dismantle for Grim. I don't think I've done anything with that yet. But yeah, I mean, doing the breakdown and dumping it in, I mean, you can always, with your Briv, with your new Briv, you'll always be able to feed your other champions that you stripped, basically. Can you explain the flow effect of Motor and Core? Sure. No, purple flow is best. Well, but I've seen red flow. That's the best. So yeah, I can't demonstrate, but I can explain. And we got time for that because we're at 250. Yeah, we got 200 more levels to go. All right, so if I come over here and I look at, like, we're just going to make this real simple. I'm going to look at a level 1 core. So here's a regular node. Regular nodes. So like a regular node is just going to have 4 stages of flow that you can buff to. White, green, blue, and purple. White is less than 2. Flow is greater than 2, but less than 3. Flow is less than 2. The second one is flow 2 and greater, but less than 3. Then it's flow 3 and greater, but less than 4. And then it's 4 and greater, right? So, I know it says greater than, but if you just hit it, it turns on. And so when you're first starting out, just hooking up like this is good. You're not going to have a lot of pipes, so trying to play the pipe game to boost your flow to get a higher flow value doesn't really matter. It's just frustrating because you just don't have the pipes you need. As you collect more pipes, as you're leveling, you're opening more chests, you're getting more pipes, and you're getting more space to build in. Like, I couldn't really get to 4 flow in this tiny little box. But as you get more space to build flow in, like all of this space up here and they're here and whatnot, you're trying to get to 4 flow. 4 flow is going to be purple, and that is like the first big goal of flow. First baby goal is just hook everything up. Then you want to start piping to try to boost, and the goal there is to get to purple. It's literally 4 flow or greater, and there's no reason to go over it on a regular node. But and 4 flow will get you through like the mid game and late game and into the late game. Late game, when you start getting lots and lots more pieces, you start trying to overcharge. So or supercharge on a superchargeable node, this is what it looks like. There's still the same regular 4 stages of flow with purple, but there's a supercharge value that starts at 500, but that's at starting 500. When it doubles, you get a bonus. That means when you hit 1,000 flow, you'll see a 25% boost. which is very small. So going from 4 flow to 1,000 gets you 25% more. But you can get up to 500% more. But you have to supercharge up super high. I call it the Pearl Jam. You got to Pearl Jam it because it's like E10 flow. I think it's around E9, but you're gonna have to hit E10 flow at some point to get to E09 on all the nodes. So that's like a late game to end game thing. Because getting to 1,000 is ridiculous just to start that chase. So getting everything, piping out your stuff to get it like full epic flow is fantastic. It's fantastic. But like on my main account, I'm gonna have to get my main account on this show at some point. And we're in an ad break. I have supercharged stuff. I have a couple fully supercharged Modron cores. I will bring that back up when we come back from the break. Yeah. It feels like we're going so slow, and it's just because we don't have Shandy in large part. We're missing that free speed potion, and I don't want to spend another speed potion to make up for it. It'd be these. Hang on, so we can try it. Give me like a little better. A little better. Still not. I mean, it's still only 5x speed. Oh. Huh. So Beetle and Grimm's Pandemonium Warehouse. They're makers of high-end D&D stuff, which I used to have my D&D stuff here. It's now over there, so I can't show it off. I have one of their like Critical Role things. In the past, the way you get like there's a skin set for these two that came from the Beetle and Grimm's thing. It might have been the Tavern Owner one. I can't remember. It might not even be listed here. I've got it on my main account. If you pre-order the new Beetle and Grimm's Dragon Delves, which is the new book from Wizards of the Coast, there is a Beetle and Grimm's Dragon Delves pack for Idle Champions. It is a pre-order exclusive that unlocks Beetle and Grimm, 2 exclusive skins, Dragon Horde Beetle and Dragon Slayer Grimm. Dragon Horde Beetle is like just covered in jewelry and got a pack full of gold and weapons and is wearing a crown. It's pretty great. And then Dragon Slayer Grimm he looks like a Dragon Slayer. 14 Platinum Beetle chests with a guaranteed shiny, 14 Platinum Grimm chests with a guaranteed shiny, and then in Vertigrin, the baby Copper Dragon familiar, and a Potion of the Gem Hunter. But I'm gonna be clear, these things, these packs, these you don't have to go buy that just to get that, because this is like a $100+ D&D box set thing. Yeah, I only have one of those on my main account because somebody bought it, got that, came to the Idle Champions subreddit and saw that I made a bunch of guides and like DM'd me the code for it. Like, thanks. I think that's how it worked. I don't know. But they weren't going to play Idle Champions, so There's going to be a lot of FOMO over that, I'm sure. Anyway, let's go back to flow. So supercharging, I have multiple supercharged Modron cores on my main account. With max supercharge. Like I have my unaffiliated core and my dexterous core are fully supercharged. Meaning every node is that it can supercharge is at the max that it could supercharge. Those are the only two cores that you can do that with. I have my fast core on my main account as supercharged as I can get it. I really, honestly, I'm not sure that it could get better. It might be able to get slightly better, but I'm pretty close to. I feel like it's pretty close to perfect. And I still need to do that with a couple more, but it takes collecting lots and lots of pipes. It's really the epic crosses, epic directed crosses are the limitation to supercharging, which is why that tends to be the one thing that you really want. At my stage of progress in the game, being brand new, I want directed T's. So the T's that have good directionality, that's going to help me a lot. And we'll take whatever crosses we can get, but the directed T's are actually more. You need those to feed in and out of the cross pieces, but they can also, boost flow on their own. So I just need to get a bunch more of those. But yeah, it's just the supercharging side of the Modron core is there's power there, but it's a lot of time and effort just in collecting the right pipes and getting lucky in the chest. So the first goal and the most solid goal is just getting full epic flow into your Modron cores. You don't even have to go into the supercharge game if you don't want to, but you can, and it's nice. at a certain point it's easier, I should say. It starts off real hard, and then it becomes easier. But, over time, it's just one of those incremental progress things in this game. It's just unfortunate you can't really chase it. You can only just slowly accumulate it. Yeah. Maybe we'll get the main account on stream next week to see just how much progress we got with our Briv. How close are we to 9 jump? Did we get it? I don't know. Maybe we'll do that Monday or Tuesday. And then I can show up supercharged nodes. But it's really kind of the supercharging is the same concept. Like getting to supercharging is the same concept as just getting to full epic. You just got to figure out a way to boost your flow. It's just it becomes getting it to max becomes just fun because there's only going to be very few ways that you can actually get it perfect, kind of into that perfect scenario. Whereas to get to full epic, there's so many paths to full epic. So many paths. But like the difference between I remember measuring this back when these first came out. The difference between a level 15 full epic core in terms of progress and not having a core in at all was at least 100 areas of progress. So a level 15 full epic modest core gives you at least 100 areas of progression power. Supercharging is going to go up from there, and then the different cores offer different amounts of power. But it's rare that you go from it's not like you go from no core to a core, but it's good to kind of see. Like I remember looking at well, if I take this core out, how far can I go? And then put the core in. Where do I get with the core? Like, wow, I just went out over 100 more areas. But I don't know I don't know what like a full or I don't know what like the best supercharging you could get on a modest core would even be. And then to compare, I wouldn't even know currently. I haven't done that in years. I haven't tried to make that comparison in years. Now feels like a good time for a Cadbury Cream Egg. Phoenix Rise, thank you for the follow. There are times when I wish I had access to a dev account just for making guides. Just to be able to do the research to make like that kind of research and provide better information in guides. You know, I've actually had a dev account for a game before that I made content for. Well, it wasn't a dev account. It was kind of a dev account. It was an account on their test server that had dev kind of powers of I could just gear up and create gear and test things and look at different combinations and stuff and take screenshots for guides. Which was super cool. But yeah. In Idle Champions, man, I could make some pretty comprehensive guides with that kind of stuff. Because there's so many combinations of things that you just can't really test in a kind of controlled way with the way the game works currently. Oops, I hit the ultimate. In the past, people have asked for like a sparring pit, like you could just hop in, and it's not an adventure or anything. You just sit on a level, and you could choose like area 100 or area whatever in terms of the difficulty of the enemies that would spawn, types of enemies that would spawn. You could test your formations, different layouts or whatever. People have asked for that kind of thing, but man, that would be so much work to create for them. But that would be kind of the place where you could test a lot of that kind of stuff out. Was that with the between E38 and E44? Yeah. All I know is when in my testing early on, well, is that supercharged? All I know in my early on testing was full epic got me another at least 100 areas. Anytime if I swapped from, I would start a run without a core, and then I would, because back then there wasn't a fast core, so you could just start without one because who cares, and then just put it in at the end just to see. Nowadays with the fast core, there's no way I'd be doing anything without the speed effects in. But maybe someday I should just... An interesting way to do that would be to build out a fast core layout on my main account that just hooks up the speed nodes. And then when it stops, when I get to a wall on it, I load in the fully supercharged version and see how far it goes. That would work. There's something to try to remember. There's some to try to remember. Which means I'll forget. All right, our speed wore off, but we're almost there. We're only 10 areas away, so I'm not going to throw more. I'm not going to throw more on it. And this will have us done with tier 2 for all the event stuff. I was going to look at, what are their achievements? Oh, it's the ultimate thing. Yeah, I don't care. I'll have to try to remember the next time we're using them together. What's... Oh, we got hers. We just... Oh, that's right, we did. So it's just... We'll be done with her achievements after this. So some of my crit chance is coming from this buff. We'll lose it after the event ends. That's unfortunate. Won't be using him anyway. Come on, we can get there. So close. Get through the barricade. Did we lose? Oh, we lost fire breath too. That was why. That's another reason we slowed down. So 450 needs 3 15-minute speed potions and probably like 3 5-minute speed potions as well, along with the hour-long potion to get through without running out of speed potions. 45 minutes. All right, that's it. Grim Harvest. It is fully achievemented. All right, Grand Tour of the Sword Coast. Haven't been here in a while. Good lord. Not since we unlocked Dritz. We unlocked Dritz right up here above this, and we bounced. And we bounced. Housed right out here. We only have E15 favor here. This is gonna be, we're gonna do a Silken Swamp. This is not recommend Silken Swamp. It might be fine, but we're gonna do a favor run. And we only have like a half an hour left on the stream, so this will complete off stream, but this is like, there's no better time than right now to do a favor run in Sword Coast. I'm just gonna do all of these. I'm gonna throw down one of these, my last large, and I'm gonna throw down, well, like a half an hour at least of speed. So while we're on stream, it'll go fast. Where we want, oh, hold on, great. Got to put our, we want Scavenger in, we want Diana in, we want to always be alley wicking. I already missed a boss. No. Oh no, I already missed a boss. I don't care about Shandy, we're already at 10x speed. She'll matter when we're done though, so we might as well bring her in. Like when that potion wears off. Deacon, Mr. Deacon. Come in here, boss wants speed. I'd like to talk to you, Mr. Deacon. Boss wants speed. Step him out. The boss wants speed. Who else? Who else? Anybody else? No. Okay. This is kind of start of this. Wanna be starting some. God, we have no No gold find. E15 is such low gold find compared to where we were before. It's a little frustrating. This is why we're doing a deep run. So we don't have to be frustrated here anymore. Ooh, did that end up? Oh, those are knights. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. All right. Who else do we want in here? We're gonna need a tank, so it's probably gonna be Dragon Bait. And we're gonna have Halson in. Okay. We do not have a lot of favor here. I mean, we have some. I did buy Start Strong, but I overspent to get there because I didn't care about my favor here. We only got, mostly through tier 3. We put a dash in tier 4. So when we're done with this, we'll have all of it. We'll have all of it, which will be nice. It's also going to let us just race through. Like we do one favor run right now, and we will race through Barovia. Like, it will not be a challenge to do any of the stuff we need to do to qualify for Strahd. And what we need is to race through Barovia and complete Towering Expectations. I need 10 medium bounty contracts. Oh no. That actually, I have not been saving those. I got one. All right. All right. Well, we got one. Better than none, I guess. You know what? We need to spend these on alleyway. 8 levels on the blade. Good, good. Only 2 levels on the blade. That's less good. 6 levels on the blade. Okay. So it doesn't really matter. Yeah, it didn't even go. Please. Okay. New player, want to ask which champion is better for C4, Karlach or Jarl Axel? Because you got Karlach free, she's going to be the best choice for you to use. Yeah. And she's going to want to be the person you build your formation around, like, as the person doing damage. So, like, I haven't double-checked this formation. I need to change this. I'm trying to focus everything for me onto my Ishii here to do damage, so everybody else is trying to buff Ishii. But for you want to build around Karlach, so you just want to make sure buffs are pointing at Karlach as you learn how to do that. But that's one of the first things you need to pick up is kind of how to build a formation around your primary DPS. Yeah. Yep, and then you won't, even though you have a stacked Artemis and a stacked the Dark Urge, you won't put them in your formation. They don't help Karlach. They don't help Karlach. And she's gonna do better just with people who are supporting her and not her trying to support one of them. Because you got a lot to learn about kind of how the game works and stuff, and Karlach makes it super easy. Karlach smash. Karlach hits things real hard. She does a real good job of it. Make sure as your DPS, you're going to get like a specialization when you get to her pop-up. The left one, called Berserk or Berserker, is the damage one, and that's the one you want to choose. And then just, yeah, play the game. She doesn't need to be up here as the tank. She can be somewhere else, and you can use a different tank. She just wants to hit things real hard. But yeah, when you're brand new, who the best champions are doesn't really matter. You just got to build a formation that completes the content and moves you forward. So. Command for new player, exclamation point, new player. Yeah. I tried to make it easy. It's the same here as the commands from my guides are the same here and on the C&E Games channel. So it's exclamation point new player and exclamation point gar_guide. So we tried to make it. I tried to match them between the two so that they work in both places. We just also have some other commands here. Right. Oh, no. I was like, do I finish? No. We're doing a deep run. What do you mean, do I finish? We should be going. We won't be able to go. Like, we did 911-ish areas in the event. We cannot do that here. A, the health scales. The health scale is easier in an event. B, the event has 10 champions, not 9. C, we're also only at E15 favor to start this. So I don't actually know what area we're going to get to. I'd like to get into the 700s, but I don't know if we're gonna get there. It's more important that our favor go up. We want to get into the E20s somewhere. That would be nice. Am I going to manage tomorrow? Well, tomorrow's Friday. I'm going to manage that just fine. Tomorrow we'll be playing South of Midnight. Saturday, I will be both streamer and moderator, kind of like I am here. So I'll manage it like I do here. It's just going to be busier. So I'm just going to tell people at the start. Today I'm not grabbing questions from chat during the first part of the show. I'm only grabbing questions from chat during the second part of the show. I'll be trying to answer them live, so hold on to your questions. I mean, that's all I can do. And I'm going to have to keep an eye on chat to make sure to smack anybody that needs to be smacked. But I need to figure out the command. Okay. I've got to change. Just sometimes the title of the stream messes up, and so I need to be able to change that. Oh, wait. Yeah, I gotta double check I can set the stream title. Elroy will come back after we finish South of Midnight. Elroy and the aliens. How many people does CNE stream have on average? Normally it's around 200-ish, like a little over 200. Since the Epic giveaway, it's been around 500. That's a normal jump for having a giveaway. Well, lately that's a normal jump. Once upon a time, we used to see things spike up to like 1,000. There were times where it got real busy. And like 300 to 400. Sometimes there were times when even like 400 to 500 was normal and 1,000 was the spike. But yeah, but things change. Because actually, back in the day, I think I just ran the stream on. Well, no, Sean was always there. Well, no, I can't remember. I may have just done the stream on my own when I started. I think I did. But then, oh, I remember. We had a moderator, but no one was pulling questions. Yeah. But then we would get to a point where we started consistently getting like 400 or 500 people watching the streams, and I could not keep up with questions at that point. Gotta go test something. Preferably before their channel goes live. Okay. I got it now. I should probably double check that I can actually edit this. Yeah. Oh yeah, I can. All right. I don't want to touch any of that. Oh yeah, look, Moobot. Sometimes it's Moobot, sometimes it's just Twitch, but yeah, there's some weird. A lot of the times, if it's blocking something you're trying to post and you can't figure out why, it's probably because you don't know the language that's being blocked. Something is not okay that got posted. Some combination of letters is not okay in some language that Twitch users, some Twitch users know, and so it's on the block list. All right, we already have more favor, less than 400 areas in than we did when we started. So this is obviously been working out well. $2,000 gems. Yes, please. And here's the last of hers from her variant rewards. Got an epic. Right at the start of the pity timer, too. Take it. It's not one of the ones I wanted, but I mean, we'll take it. We aren't going to say no to that. These. Oh, that was our, I was like, what? No, that's our pity timer. Okay. Not going to get excited about that one. Meaning potion of speed. Thank you. Okay. Nothing else really. And then just potions. Okay. All right. So now, when it comes to event champions, okay, Deacon needs a blue, Shandy needs a blue, Shadowheart and Cass need 2 blues, but that's it. So we need 6 blues, and that's why we'll still continue opening Electrums when we get them. Because that's the way we get those champions to full blue. It's just difficult. Just difficult. It's going to take a lot of Electrums. That's fine. I mean, I could absolutely understand why Moobot would block anything that doesn't say Karlach Bay. That makes sense to me. That makes sense to me. That we're having a stream on covering all the DPS and idle champions. Block everything that isn't Karlach Bay. That seems like that'll go over fine. No one would get mad at that, right? No, nobody. Nobody. Did we get... no, it's knights. That's right. I keep looking at that and thinking that they're fates. They're not. They're knights. Cards are not clear enough for me. Oh, Birdsong is definitely bird strong, but I'm not saying she's not. But Karlach is back.
to work there. All right, there's 500 for us. E21, so we're in the E20s. That's where I wanted to get. Feel like we can get another 200 areas out. I just don't know that we'll be able to do it on stream. I'll also want to change. Yeah, this is now the speed team. I'll need to build, while I'm here, I'll need to build out, well, I should build out a pushing team and a gold find team since this is a favor run. Do we even get all the blessings yet? Oh, not. I didn't from this campaign, no. That's what you want to know. Farms Globals aren't the greatest. I mean, I got, you get the Gem Hunter. I mean, they all add up. It's fine. But I got Gem Hunter and I got Start Strong for the event, which, doesn't mean anything now. But back in the day, it was Start Strong mattered. It doesn't really matter anymore. But we got it anyway. All right, we're about to start slowing down. Good to know. Good to know. Yeah, I mean, the globals are there, to slowly add up for the most part. There are some powerful ones and there are some not so powerful ones. But, ultimately you get them all because there's no reason not to.
No real reason not to. Oh, we soft capped. 620. Wow. Even with only E15 favor. Okay. I mean, we'll take that. I was going to say, this is where Kalix starts falling over because Kalix shouldn't be in this party anymore. Okay. Because Kalix doesn't do anything at this point. Do we want a Briv? Might just want a Briv. She died so fast, that's fine. Hadn't gotten her into her clones yet. We also want to get Galen. Now we're back to moving forward again. I got Volo. I'm not showing this dev stream as live yet. For some reason. Like Cadbury will be next. Come in. Jumped right onto that spider. Maybe it just went live? There it goes. Okay, folks, we're going to go raid the Cena Games channel. I will finish this. You will see how it ends up on Monday when we're back. Monday will be the next time we play this on stream. Tomorrow will be South of Midnight. Saturday, I'll be over on the Cena Games channel with a tutorial show about wrapping up the event. Thanks for hanging out. See you all later.